Let me see.
Okay?
This is the summer solstice, yes. Oh, really?
We think that this is, it's a little softer, rounder edges. So Ken's looking at this, and he's saying, it looks like something to me. I just can't put my hand on it. So then he sits there and he goes like this. Here. Let's take this, and this is the way it looks up on the wall, okay? It's vertical. Okay, everybody see that? This is the top of the Silverstone. He says, I know it looks like something, I just can't figure out what it is. Let's turn it 90 degrees. Now what does it look like? What? Mountains? A horizon? Horizon down at the bottom here with mountains that are lit up, casting a shadow. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty incredible. And you can look at mine and you can see the same thing if we turn it, but it's harder edges. So he's looking and he's saying, now it looks like something what I thought. Okay? So
it looks like it may have been carved on the edge.
It was.
So that's intentional.
That was intentional. He realizes
what
that
time
it was
of day?
carved. What's that?
What time of day?
Well, this would have, when I took mine, it was at 3:04 to 3:08. But this could have been a little different time. I think this was taken at the summer solstice, so I'm not sure what time of day this picture was taken.
Well, I was just wondering if it was late in the day, then the mountains would look almost identical.
Well, so then you're thinking, okay, this is a horizon scene of mountains. Ken's going, well, what mountains are they? So he goes back up here he and his wife go to Sacred Mountain. They take pictures from there. They go to Montezuma's castle, take pictures from there. They go to Tuzagut, take pictures. Palaki, take pictures. They end up finally at Wapatki. They go to Eldon, Pueblo, and Walnut Canyon, and finally Wapatki. And Wapatki's 25 miles northeast of Flagstaff. And he takes this picture from Wapatki, looking due west at the San Francisco Peaks. Whoops. Okay? Now that's what he sees.
Right, got it.
Everybody see that? That's what he's looking at. From Wapatki, looking due west. And he sees the San Francisco Peaks. Okay?
Which ruins?
Wapatki. Wapatki ruins, which are 25 miles up on 89A, right by Sunset Crater.
Okay.
That's where those are at. And he's looking due west at the San Francisco Peaks. Now, who lives in the San Francisco Peaks? The Kachinas. Remember? The spirits that helped them plant. So now I pass this around, and you guys pass that around, and look at how close those are. And when you see, right up in here, remember I told you, pressure flaked. You can see how they were flaked. There's also a line. You can see it right there. When you see the picture and you're looking at the actual mountains, you know how we see mountains and one mountain will be in front of the other? They're closer. When you look at that picture, you can actually see there's a line. They made it look like one mountain in front of the other. When you see the picture, I'll let you determine if you think it even looks similar. So everybody always asks me this question. They say, well, how could they have made that? Because that rock is vertical. Well, the answer is we don't know. But let me take a guess. Okay? I'm going to make an educated guess. I'm not an archaeologist. But these are creative people. If you had, and they're farmers, but they're also hunters. If you had a piece of animal skin, a deer hide or an elk hide, and you were to sit there, and you were the folks that were up there watching the sun come up and looking at the mountains, and you took the inside of the hide, which would be nice without the hair on it, be nice and smooth, and you took let's say a stick with a burnt end, with like charcoal, you could draw on the inside of a hide, possibly, a picture of the mountain scene that you're looking at. You roll it up, you come back here, you give it to whoever the artist is who knows how to chip in the rock and flake, and all they have to do, of course, he drew it like he sees it, right? Horizontal. But he gives it to the guy here who gets up on that ladder, and all that guy does is turn it vertical and puts it on the rock. Now that's my guess. That's Mike Snively. We don't know how it happened, but that's what Ken sees when you see the solar calendar. He sees all that stuff happening. Now, let me
So this
share.
is a Native American Stonehenge. That's what you're telling us.
No, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that
But Stonehenge does the same sorts of things.
I'm telling you it's a solar calendar of types, or what some people like to call a planting calendar. It tells us the seasons. It might be like that, and in the Southwest, once you know what you're looking for, I mean, some people get into this and they say, oh, this means this, and there's a real craze for that. But when you look at this, this happens the same way every year on the same day at the same time every year. Certain things light up. It's not by this picture here. If the sun is shining on every June 21st, it'll happen. It took, not every day could Ken film on the same year, because guess what? Some days we got cloud coverage and we don't have the sun in a good symbol. But every day the sun is shining, when it happens on a solstice, it's amazing what happens here. Now that's what Ken found. Now let me tell you what some Native Americans see, because it's different. Remember I told you, they're very spiritual. They believe in spirit beings. They believe that these spirits and the shaman can go back and forth into the spirit world, and that the spirits come to visit them, and they do so through these cracks, portals, that the spirits come from out of the earth and into our world. And we've had some Hopis, and again, not everybody believes this, not every archaeologist buys this, but I'm just telling you what I've heard. Some people, they would say, okay, that crack is natural, and some Hopis look at that sliver stone, what Ken calls, and they say, from down here, that looks like the body of a kachina. That's the neck, and here's the head, and that is a kachina guard guarding the entrance to the spirit, to the underworld. And I can see how they might interpret that, okay? That they would see that as a guard. If you come over here, and since we're talking spirits and cracks and portals, here's another one. And some Hopis believe that here's another doorway into the underworld. Okay, right through here. But here's what I want you to see. This is more important. Look at this right here. Can you all see that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, some of the Hopis and some people say they think that that is the face of a kachina. Let me show you the eyes right there. There's the eyes, possibly a nose. Here's the mouth maybe. I don't know if those are ears or horns. But they would look at this and they would see that's lichen growing on the rock. And they would say that is the face of a kachina guard who was placed in that rock to guard the doorway here into the spirit world. Okay? Now, not everybody sees that. Not everybody will agree with it. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, lots of things. So, I've showed you what I know about the solar calendar and stuff. I could sit here and tell you what we think some of these things are. What I want to give you a chance to do is walk around and look. And if you want me, I'll start pointing things out, and I'll answer questions. Okay? So far, any questions about solar calendar or any of that stuff?